Not all sorrow belongs to the innocent. Some grief is carried by the hand that caused it, by the heart that burned too fiercely, too bitterly, too long. And in the old Irish telling, when the children of Lir were turned to swans, one name remained in the shadow of that grief: Aoife. This is her sorrow. This is her song. I walked once proud through the kingly hall, where the bright fires danced on the ancient wall. I wore fine words and a noble face, but envy moved with a hidden grace. For where they smiled, I felt the cold. Where love was given, my heart grew old. And all the light that should have stayed turned sharp and dark in the shade I made. They were fair as dawn on a summer stream, 4 children wrapped in a gentler dream. Fionnuala with her quiet eyes, and brothers bright beneath soft skies. Their laughter rang where mine had died, and something bitter grew inside, till love itself became a thorn, and mercy in me was torn and worn. Oh, hear the swan song of Aoife cry beneath the cold and the broken sky. For I was the hand and I was the flame that turned sweet love to grief and shame. Oh, hear the swan song low and long, a heart gone dark where it once was strong, and every white wing on the winter sea still beats with the curse that was born in me. Jealousy does not come like thunder, it comes softly, like frost under a door, like smoke beneath a roof beam, like a whisper saying, why not you? Why not your name? Why not your place in the warmth of love? I led them down where the waters lay, under the hush of a silver grey day. They trusted me with their tender hands, through the quiet reeds and the darkening land. Then with one word that I cannot unsay, I cast their human lives away, and white wings rose where children had been, with cries that tore the air between. They looked at me with human pain, through feathered breast and falling rain. No sword was drawn, no blood was spilled, yet all the living world stood still. Fionnuala's voice, so soft, so near, still comes to me when night is clear. Not with fury, not with blame, but sorrow deeper than my shame. Oh, hear the swan song of Aoife cry beneath the cold and the broken sky. For I was the hand and I was the flame that turned sweet love to grief and shame. Oh, hear the swan song low and long, a heart gone dark where it once was strong, and every white wing on the winter sea still beats with the curse that was born in me. There are wrongs no spell can soften, no silence can hide them, no passing years can make them small. For once a child has wept because of your cruelty, the world is never innocent again, and neither are you. The kings may fade, the halls may fall, the west wind may outlive them all, but still their voices cross the foam, calling through the years toward home. And I, though time has bent my name, still feel the ember of that flame. No grave can close, no night can keep the grief that wakes when others sleep. If I could gather the winter seed and break the curse that lives in me. I trade all power, all rank, all pride, to walk once more at their gentle side. But sorrow laid is sorrow sown, and some seeds bloom in stone alone. So I sing low where no one sees, to the swan-white ghosts on the bitter seas. Oh, hear the swan song of Aoife weep, where the lost tides turn and the night falls deep. For I was the wound and I was the thorn that left four bright souls weathered and worn. Oh, hear the swan song frail and far, like a broken prayer beneath one star. And every white wing through mist and foam still carries the sorrow I can't call home. So if you hear the cry of swans over dark water in winter, do not think only of the innocent. Think too of the heart that failed them, of the jealousy that became a curse of Aoife, who may have lived long after, but never again in peace. By the quiet waters of old Ireland, where the wind remembers every sorrow, there lived 4 children of Lir, bright as morning, gentle as spring. But love can turn to envy, and envy can turn to darkness. And so began their long, long sorrow. In halls of light, by a father's side, 4 children laughed where the swallows glide. Fionnuala fair with the golden grace, and Aoife and Fiachra in childhood's place. Little Con with his gentle eyes, beneath soft fields and silver skies. Their days were warm, their hearts were free, like leaves that dance on a summer tree. But shadows fell where joy had grown, a jealous heart had hardened to stone. Aoife looked with a bitter flame, and whispered sorrow in their name. She led them down where the waters lay, beneath the cold and darkening day. And with one curse and one cruel cry, their human song was doomed to die. Oh, children of Lir, fly over the water, lost to the world, son and daughter. White wings carry the tears they knew, under grey skies and mornings blue. Far from the fire, far from the hall, hearing the old world fade and fall. Still through the storm their hearts held near, the sorrowful song of the children of Lir. And so they were changed into swans, not for a day, nor for a season, but for hundreds of years, to wander the lakes, the storm-dark sea, the lonely places between memory and loss. Only their voices remained, soft, human, sorrowful, and filled with longing. They drifted first on the Ravara, where moonlight trembled cold and pale. Their voices rose through winter air, a haunting thread of love and prayer. Then to the sea of Moyle they flew, where bitter winds and black waves grew. Through snow and night they stayed as one, till countless years were lost and gone. Fionnuala wrapped her wings around her brothers sleeping on the ground. She held them close through frost and rain, and sang against the ache and pain. No hearth was there, no father's call, no lamp of gold in any hall. Only the tide, the sky, the foam, and hearts that dreamed of going home. Oh, children of Lir, fly over the water, lost to the world, son and daughter. White wings carry the tears they knew, under grey skies and more
Still through the storm their hearts held near the sorrowful song of the children of Lir. Years became lifetimes, kingdoms changed, voices faded from the old halls, and the children who once knew warmth and laughter became a legend carried by wind and wave. Yet even sorrow must one day end, though not always as the heart would choose. At last they heard a sacred bell, a trembling sound they once knew well. The old enchantment broke at last, but youth and beauty had long since passed. No more the swan, no more the sea, no more the children they used to be. Time had laid its heavy hand like dust upon a fallen land. They stood once more in mortal frame, but age had come and bent each name. No hall remained, no father's door. The world they loved was there no more. And one by one beneath the sky, they closed their eyes to breathe goodbye. Together still at ending shore, apart from grief and pain no more. Children of Lir, rest by the water, lost to the world, son and daughter. White wings fold its sorrow through beneath the dusk and morning dew. Far from the storm, far from the cry, now only stars above them lie. Still through the years their voices stir the timeless grief of the children of Lir. And if you hear a swan cry across a lonely lake at evening, or the wind singing low over dark water, remember them, Fionnuala, Eid Fiacra and Con, the children of Lir, whose sorrow still lives in song.
There are places in Ireland where the old world still lingers. A lone hawthorn in an empty field, a tree no hand dares cut, no road dares cross, for beneath the fairy thorn the veil is thin, and those who rest too long in its shadow may never quite return. Down a winding road at the close of day, where the last light burned and the crows flew grey, a traveller came with a weary soul through the silent fields and the deepening cold. He saw one tree on the darkening land, twisted and still like an ancient hand, its branches bent in the evening air, and something old was waiting there. He laid himself where the roots ran deep, and drifted down into restless sleep. The wind grew strange, the world grew thin, and the hollow night came folding in. Then music rose from the darkened ground, a silver tune without a sound, and through the leaves in a ghostly gleam came shadowed feet, as if in dream. Under the fairy thorn, don't close your eyes, don't trust the song in the midnight skies, for beauty walks where the lost ones turn, and hearts may fade where the old fires burn. Under the thorn where the pale lights sway, the night may steal your soul away, and though dawn breaks on field and fern, you won't be the same from the fairy thorn. They came softly, as though the mist itself had taken form, faces pale as moonlight, eyes bright as winter stars, and voices sweeter than sorrow. They called him gently, not by name,
but by the secret longing in his heart.
A woman fair in a gown of white reached out her hand in the silver night. Her voice was low like a distant stream, half of a song and half of a dream. She said, "Come walk where the bright halls glow, where no one ages and no tears flow." And all around him the night air stirred with every soft and enchanted word. He rose and followed the lantern gleam past the edge of the world he'd always seen, through hidden paths and the moonlit air, to dancing lights and music there. They spun like leaves in a silent fire, to harp and flute and heart's desire. And for one moment all grief was gone, beneath the shade of the fairy thorn. Under the fairy thorn, don't close your eyes, don't trust the song in the midnight skies. For beauty walks where the lost ones turn, and hearts may fade where the old fires burn. Under the thorn where the pale lights sway, the nights may steal your soul away. And though dawn breaks on field and fern, you won't be the same from the fairy thorn. But all gifts from the old folk carry a shadow, for what seems like one night may be 7 years, and what feels like joy may cost more than memory can bear. When the cock first crowed and the east grew pale, the music faltered and the spell began to break. He woke alone in the morning chill, beneath the tree on the empty hill. The field was still, the sky was wide, but something in him had changed inside. He made for home by the old stone lane, yet nothing looked or felt the same. The door was strange, the hearth was cold, and every face had grown too old. They said, "Young man, what name is yours? No one by that lives here anymore." His mother gone, his father dust, the house bowed low with age and rust. He turned once more to the lonely tree, but only wind moved silently. No singing voice, no lantern flame, only the thorn and his whispered name. Under the fairy thorn, the years may hide like stolen breath on the turning tide. For beauty fades and the night moves on, but sorrow stays when the spell is gone. Under the thorn where the lost lights gleam, nothing is ever the way it seems. So mind the field at dusk's return, and never sleep by the fairy thorn. So if you pass a lone hawthorn standing in the silence, leave it be, do not break its branches, do not linger in its shadow. And if at twilight you hear music where no one stands, walk on, for some doors open only once, and not all who enter find their way home. Beyond the edge of the mortal world, where the sea meets the golden horizon, there lies a land untouched by age or sorrow, Tír na nÓg. And from that shining place came Niamh, bright as summer light on water, to carry Oisín far from Ireland, far from time itself. On a quiet shore in the fading sun, where the waves rolled in and the day was done, Oisín stood with a restless heart, as if the world were pulling apart. Then over the sea, on a horse of white, came Niamh glowing in golden light. with silver words, and eyes so clear she called his name for only him to hear. She said, "Come ride where the bright lands gleam, beyond old grief, beyond the dream, to Tír na Nog where no tears fall, and love burns bright beyond them all." So he took her hand and away they flew, over the shining waters blue, past wind and wave, past mortal pain, never to be the same again. Oh, Oisín, ride into forever with Niamh beneath the golden weather, where no shadow falls, no roses fade, and love walks softly in the glade. But time is deep and fate is strong, and even joy may not last long, for hearts that wander far from home may find no road when they return alone. And in Tír na Nog the days were bright as song. No winter touched the trees, no sorrow marked the hours, and love moved like sunlight through the green world. But even in paradise a memory can stir, the sound of home, the shape of an old hill, the longing for a land once loved. They walked through meadows kissed with gold, where not a hand nor face grew old, and every dawn was soft and new, beneath a sky of endless blue. Yet in his heart there rose a pain, a quiet call from home again. The hills of air, the winds he knew, still lived beneath all beauty new. Niamh said, "Go, but hear me now. Do not set foot on earthly ground. Ride my white horse and do not stay, or all will turn and fall away." So back he crossed the shining foam, toward the fields and paths of home. But what had seemed so brief in flight had vanished deep in time's long night. Oh, Oisín, ride into forever with me on beneath the golden weather, where no shadow falls, no roses fade, and love walks softly in the glade. But time is deep and fate is strong, and even joy may not last long, for hearts that wander far from home may find no road when they return alone. When he came again to Ireland, nothing was as he had known it. The great halls were gone, the voices had faded, the warriors were dust, and the songs had changed. All that had lived in memory had passed beyond his reach. And still, one moment remained, one moment that would break the spell forever. He saw men straining by the way, beneath a stone too great to raise. He bent in kindness from his height, to lend his hand and ease their plight. But saddle slipped and girth gave way, and down he fell to mortal clay. The instant that his foot touched land, time closed its cold and final hand. The strength was gone, his youth had fled, the years rushed through him cold as death. His hair turned white, his body bent, like autumn leaves by sorrow sent. He called for Niamh across the sea, for all he was and used to be. But only wind and sky replied, as day grew dim and daylight died. Oh, Oisín, lost to forever, far from Niamh and golden weather. The bright land faded like a flame, yet still he softly spoke her name. For love may live where time has flown, and grief may bloom where joy was sown. So sing the sea and the evening sky, for Oisín's love that would not die. And some still say, when the sea is quiet, from the lost light, from them we hear a rider calling. You may hear a rider calling, for could not keep both love
and home.
On the wild grey edge of the sea, where the tide keeps old secrets and the wind remembers every name, there are stories of the Selkies, seal folk of the deep, who sometimes come ashore and shed their skins beneath the moon. And woe to the heart that loves one born of wave and salt, for the sea is never done calling them home. Down by the shore where the cold waves sighed, a fisherman walked at the turning tide. The moon hung low and the night shone pale on silver sand and a ghost grey sail. Then there by the rock in the lantern light, he saw her stand in the hush of night, with sea dark hair and a sorrowed grace, and the whole wide ocean in her face. She trembled there in the salt cold air, a creature of water, wild and fair. For hidden away, where no eye could see, lay the sealskin robbed that would set her free. He wrapped her close in his weathered coat, he spoke soft words that the sea breeze stole. And though her eyes held the deep sea's mourn, she stayed with him through the coming dawn. Oh, Selkie bride, oh bride of the sea, your heart was never meant for me. Though I held your hand and I called you mine, the tide still pulled where the moon would shine. Oh, Selkie bride, I heard it too, the waves that sang and called for you. For love may bloom on the shore a while, but the sea keeps watch with a patient smile. And so she stayed through summer light and winter rain. She learned the warmth of a hearth, the weight of a child in her arms, the sound of laughter inside stone walls. But even in joy, there was always a silence in her, as though some part of her spirit still listened for the sea. She sang no songs of the deep at first, though her eyes would shine when the storms would burst. She moved through the house like a half-lit flame, never fully lost, never quite the same. And by the fire with the child asleep, he'd find her staring out to sea, as if beyond the darkened foam some distant calling whispered home. Years went by with the net and oar, with weathered hands and the old seashore, till one cold dusk by the chest of pine, she found the skin he had made him hide. She touched the fur like a long-lost prayer, and the whole room changed in the evening air. He saw her weep, he saw her turn, like a heart remembering where to burn. Oh, Selkie bride, oh bride of the sea, your heart was never meant for me. Though I held your hand and I called you mine, the tide still pulled where the moon would shine. Oh, Selkie bride, I heard it too, the waves that sang and called for you. For love may bloom on the shore a while, but the sea keeps watch with a patient smile. She kissed her child, she touched his face, and in her eyes was all the love of two worlds breaking. For some loves are true and still cannot stay, not because the heart is false, but because the soul belongs to more than one shore. He followed her down where the white waves curled, to the edge of the dark and dreaming world,
The wind rose wild, the gulls cried high. Beneath the tears of a broken sky, she turned once there in the dawn's first gleam, half of the land and half of the sea, then wrapped herself in a silver skin and let the old tide draw her in. The sea closed soft where her body lay, and the pale waves carried her away. Yet some still say on a moonlit night, a seal comes near in the lantern light, and on the shore stands a child full grown, listening out where the salt winds moan. For love once born of the sea and land still lingers there like a ghostly hand. Oh, Selkie bride, oh bride of the sea, you left your song behind with me. In every wave and the evening air, I hear your voice though you're not there. Oh, Selkie bride, so wild, so free, no wall or vow could anchor thee. For love may bless and love may grieve, but the sea will always take and leave. And if you walk a lonely shore at dusk and see a seal watching from the darkening tide, do not turn away too quickly. It may be only the sea, or it may be a soul who once was loved on land and never forgot.
Beyond the last green hill, beyond the edge of the western sea, there is said to be a land where sorrow cannot follow. Tír na nÓg, the land of eternal youth, of golden fields and shining rivers, where love never fades and no heart grows old. But not every soul who hears its call can bear the price of answering. At the close of day, by the old stone wall, a traveller paused at a distant call. Not bird nor wind, not church nor sea, but a bell that rang through memory. It drifted low on the evening air, with a sweetness strange and bright and rare, and every note, like a silver thread, drew him west, where the sun had bled. He turned his eyes to the fading light, where gold lay soft on the edge of night, and there he saw through the amber glow a shining path where none should go. A woman stood in a gown of white, her hair like fire in the dying light. She raised her hand and called his name, and nothing in him remained the same. Oh, the bells of Tír na nÓg still ring through the falling dusk, and the songs they bring, calling hearts to a golden shore, where time and sorrow are no more. But love that walks in the deathless sun may still leave grief when the spell is done. So listen close when the west winds blow to the bells of Tír na nÓg below. She said, "Come with me where no winter enters, where the rose never withers, where the old wounds of the world fall quiet at last." And in her voice was all the peace he had searched for, but never found. So over the sea, by moonlight pale, they rode beyond the mortal veil, past foam and mist and the world's last line, to fields that glowed in a light divine. Their laughter bloomed in the summer air, and no one carried a grief to bear. The streams ran bright, the meadows shone, and never a soul stood there alone. He walked with her through the endless green, in the fairest land he had ever seen. Her hand in his and her voice so near, she made the world grow still and clear. And from far off towers at eventide, the bells rang soft like a turning tide, each note a promise, pure and long, of love untouched by pain or wrong. Oh, the bells of Tír na nÓg still ring through the falling dusk, and the songs they bring, calling hearts to a golden shore, where time and sorrow are no more. But love that walks in the deathless sun may still leave grief when the spell is done. So listen close when the west winds blow to the bells of Tír na nÓg below. But even in paradise, the heart remembers a hill once climbed in boyhood, a fire once shared at home, the sound of rain on an Irish roof. And slowly, softly, the longing returned, for there are some loves the heart can hold twice, but never all at once. He stood one dawn by the shining sea, with the weight of home still calling him. She saw the sorrow in his eyes, like distant clouds in summer skies. She said, "If you go, then hear me plain. Do not touch the mortal earth again, for what feels brief in this bright place may be long lost in the world you chase." He crossed once more through the silver foam to the fields and roads of his old home. But the land had changed, the years had flown, and every face he had once known was gone like smoke from an old hot fire, gone like the end of a broken choir. And from far away through wind and sky, he heard those bells like a last goodbye. Oh, the bells of Tír
loved what they could not keep, calling through loss and memories, door to the golden land forevermore. But love may bloom in a deathless land and still slip soft through a mortal hand. So when dusk falls and the west winds blow, remember Tír na nog below. And some say, when evening settles gently over the western sea, and the sky turns gold for only a moment, you may hear them still, the bells of Tír na nog, calling not to every soul, but only to the one still longing for a love beyond time. Where the heather grows across the lonely hills, and the wind moves low through purple bloom and stone, there are stories still of brides who waited for lovers gone to sea or war, or the long dark road beyond return. And among them all, none is remembered more softly than the heather bride. On a morning pale with silver dew, she stood where the wild sweet heather grew. Her wedding gown in the soft wind stirred, and all the hills held not a word. The bell had rung, the fire was bright, the candles burned for her that night. But down the road and across the plain, her love did not come home again. They said the sea had turned him far, or war had called beneath a darker star. Some said the horse had lost its way, some said the Lord had bid him stay. But she heard none of the village prayers, nor all their kind and gentle cares. For in her heart one truth remained, he'd promised her, and that still burned. Oh, sing low, you hills of heather, for the bride who waits through every weather, with a white dress pale in the fading light, and a heart that keeps love through the night. Oh, sing low, where the lost winds glide, for the sorrowing soul of the heather bride. Still she stands where the wild blooms sigh, with a vow unbroken beneath the sky. At first they waited with her, her family lit candles. The women kept the fire warm, the men looked hard down every road. But days became weeks, and weeks slipped into seasons. And still she climbed the hill each evening to stand among the heather and watch the western light fade. The summer passed to the amber leaf, then winter came with its frost and grief. Yet every dusk in the dimming gold, she climbed the hill through the darkening cold. Her shoes grew warm, her veil grew thin, the wind pressed hard against her skin. But still she watched where the pathway bent, as though love might yet undo what fate had sent. The children grew and the old ones died. Still on the hill stood the waiting bride, with heather caught in her loosened hair and sorrow stitched Some swore they heard at the edge of night a distant hoof in the fading light, but no one came through the drifting rain, and still she waited there again. Oh, sing low, you hills of heather, for the bride who waits through every weather, with the white dress pale in the fading light, and a heart that keeps love through the night. Oh, sing low, where the lost winds glide, for the sorrowing soul of the heather bride. Still she stands where the wild blooms sigh, with a vow unbroken beneath the sky. Then one autumn evening, when the sky burned red and the moor lay still asleep, she did not return. No footsteps marked the path below, no candle was lit in her room, only the heather bent in the wind, and somewhere far off a lone bird cried into the dusk. At dawn they climbed to the purple hill, and found the world lying cold and still. No hand to hold, no voice to hear, only the heather trembling near. Her veil lay caught on a weathered thorn, her flowers faded, their color worn, but of the bride there was no trace, as though the hill had kept her place. Now travelers say at the close of day, when the wind runs soft through the bloom-gray way, a woman stands on the rise alone, where the heather grows through earth and stone. Her dress moves pale in the falling light, her face turned west to the coming night, still waiting there where the lost roads hide the gentle ghost of the heather bride. Oh, sing low, you hills of heather, for the bride who waits through every weather. Though flesh may fade and the years may fly, some vows live on and do not die. Oh, sing low, where the dusk winds glide, for the love that remains in the heather bride. Still she stands where the wild blooms sigh, with a vow unbroken beneath the sky. So if you cross the lonely hills at evening and see a pale form standing still among the purple bloom, do not speak, do not call her back. Let her keep her vigil between love and memory, between promise and loss, for some hearts never stop waiting, even after the world has let them go.
In the old Irish tales, there are harps that do more than sing, harps that remember, harps that mourn, harps that sound before sorrow has even come. And among the hidden hills and fairy places of Munster, they speak still of Aibell, a woman of the old world, whose harp could foretell love, loss, and death.
Beyond the fields where the dusk winds turn, and the west skies fade, and the hearth fires burn, there rose a hill in the silver air, where no mortal heart should wander there. And under moon through the hawthorn shade, in the stillness deep where the old world stayed, Aibell sat with her harp of gold, and played the songs no tongue had told. Its strings were bright as the palest flame, and every note seemed to speak a name. It sang of love in the summer green, of vows once made and of things unseen. But woven through every shining chord, there moved a shadow no prayer could ward. For even joy in that strange old art carried the wound of a breaking heart. Oh, the harp of Aibell softly cries before the dark has touched the skies. Its silver strings know joy and grief, the bloom of love, the fall of leaf. Oh, the harp of Aibell, wild and wise, sings what the hidden heart denies. And every note the night winds keep may wake the soul or rock it to sleep. They say her music could cross the hills before dawn, could pass through stone walls, through dreams, through the deepest silence of the heart. And those who heard it did not always know whether they had been blessed or warned. One night a young man rode alone past ruined fort and standing stone. His heart was fierce, his hand was sure, his love newly sworn and bright and pure. He paused to rest where the night ran still, below the rise of Aibell's hill. And through the dark there came a strain so full of beauty it carried pain. He saw no hand, he saw no face, only moonlight on that haunted place. But every note the harp strings gave fell soft as prayer upon a grave. It sang of a bride with a linen veil, of bright spring vows turned thin and pale, of one white rose in the morning rain, and a love that would not bloom again. Oh, the harp of Aibell softly cries before the dark has touched the skies. Its silver strings know joy and grief, the bloom of love, the fall of leaf. Oh, the harp of Aibell, wild and wise, sings what the hidden heart denies. And every note the night winds keep may wake the soul or rock it to sleep. He rode on at dawn with the song still in him, but no mortal runs faster than fate. For before the next moon turned, the love he had held so close was taken, whether by fever, by water, or by the quiet cruelty of time. None could say for certain, only this remained: Aibell's harp had known. He climbed once more to the haunted height, beneath the bitter and broken night. And there he cried to the empty air, "To what cold mercy did you lay me bare?" Then through the hush her music came, not cruel, not kind, but still the same, a sorrow older than tears or breath, a song that held both love and death. He fell to his knees where the heather sighed, and listened long till the moonlight died. And though his heart was torn and weak, the harp gave words no lips could speak, that all we love is bright and brief, a blossom bound to loss and leaf. Yet still we sing and still we yearn, though every fire must fade and burn. Oh, the harp of Aibell softly cries through the broken heart and the darkened skies. Its silver strings still hold the flame of every love that grief can name. Oh, the harp of Aibell, old and deep, sings for the souls that wake and weep. And every note the night winds bear, leave sorrow, beauty trembling there. So if, on some still night, you hear music where no musician stands, if a single silver strain finds you in the hollow place of your heart, listen well. It may be only the wind in the hills, or it may be Aibell's harp, singing softly of what is coming, or what has already been lost.
There was once a hill at the heart of Ireland where kings were crowned and oaths were sworn. Tara, a place of firelight, feasting, power, and the weight of destiny. But not every name spoken that was carried safely into history. Some were buried beneath the stones, and some remained only in the wind. So they tell still of the lost queen of Tara. On Tara's height, in the dawning gold, where the ancient fires of Ireland rolled, a queen once walked with a steady grace, the morning light upon her face. Her hair fell dark as the raven's wing, her voice could soften the proudest king, and all who stood in the hall that day felt the hush when she passed their way. She wore no crown of jeweled flame, yet all in Tara knew her name. For wisdom sat within her eyes, deep as earth and old as skies. She spoke of peace where swords were drawn, of mercy before the bitter dawn. And some loved her for the truth she gave, while others feared what they could not brave. Oh, the lost queen of Tara still sighs through the broken stones and the darkening skies. Her name lies low where the old winds call, in the silent heart of the ruined hall. Oh, the lost queen of Tara, proud and far, still glimmers faint like a fallen star. And the hill remembers, though men forget, the queen they lost and the tears not shed. Some say she loved too deeply, some say she spoke too boldly, and some whisper that in the courts of power truth is more dangerous than any sword. For a queen may wear silk and gold and still stand alone when the tide begins to turn. A young lord came from the southern plain with summer vows and a silver chain. He knelt before her in candlelight and swore his heart by the stars that night. But the men of Tara watched with cold, for love can shake the roots of old, and jealous hands in shadowed rooms can turn fair songs to winter tombs. The feast was set, the mead was poured, the harp still rang in the royal court. Yet under the joy darkness grew, like frost beneath the morning dew. Before the moon had crossed the sky, a whisper rose, a warning cry, and by the dawn the hall stood bare. The queen was gone like a vanished prayer. Oh, the lost queen of Tara still sighs through the broken stones and the darkening skies. Her name lies low where the old winds call, in the silent heart of the ruined hall. Oh, the lost queen of Tara, proud and far, still glimmers faint like a fallen star. And the hill remembers, though men forget, the queen they lost and the tears not shed. No grave was marked, no bell was rung, no bard was asked to sing her farewell. And so her story slipped away, not because it was small, but because it was silenced. Yet the earth keeps what men try to hide, and the old hills are not so quick to forget.
Now when the dusk falls blue and white across the ancient royal side, some say a woman still is seen where fire once crowned the hill of kings. Her dress moves pale through the heathered air, her face half light, half memory there, and in her eyes the old grief stays for stolen love and vanished days. She walks where once the bright hall stood, past broken earth and weathered wood, and every wind that sweeps the plain seems to carry her voice again. Not loud, not fierce, but low and clear, a sorrow only the heart can hear, as if the land itself still grieves for all it buries, all it leaves. So the lost queen of Tara still sighs beneath the moon and the watching skies. Though crowns may fall and halls grow cold, some names still live in the roots below. Oh, the lost queen of Tara, long unseen, still haunts the hill where she had been, and the wind speaks soft when the daylight dies of the queen who lives where memory lies. So, if you stand on Tara's hill when evening falls and the last birds fade into silence, listen, for the wind that does not move like wind alone. It carries old names, old grief, old glory, and among them, perhaps, the voice of a queen the world forgot. But Tara never did. But Tara never did.
In Emain's halls the story grew of a maid with eyes like midnight blue. They said her beauty, bright and fair, would bring great sorrow everywhere. The harp was still, the fire burned low, the winter wind began to blow, and in her heart a restless flame, before young Niamh ever came. He stood beneath the morning light, a warrior bold, a heart upright, and when their eyes at last did meet, the world fell trembling at their feet. They fled across the wild green land, with hope and fear both hand in hand, through heathered hills and stormy sea, to chase a dream that could not be. Oh, Deirdre, Deirdre of the sorrows, born for tears and stolen tomorrows. You loved him through the dark and cold, more dear than crown or kingly gold. Oh, sing the wind, let old bells ring for broken hearts and vanished spring. Still through the years her name goes on. Deirdre weeps when love is gone. In Alba's mists they found brief peace, a little joy, a soft release. But shadows ride where kings command, and fate can cross the strongest hand. They called them home with honeyed lies, beneath grey and faithless skies. And Deirdre knew by raven's cry that love had come too near goodbye. The swords were drawn, the red blood fell like rain upon the fern and dell, and Niamh's brave beneath the sun was lost before the day was done. She held his name inside her
her hands like dust that slips through broken strands, and all the joy the world had known turned cold as carved in ancient stone. Oh, Deirdre, Deirdre of the sorrows, born for tears and stolen tomorrows. You loved him through the dark and cold, more dear than crown or kingly gold. Oh, sing the wind, let old bells ring for broken hearts and banished spring. Still through the years her name goes on. Deirdre weeps when love is gone. Torn by jealous hands, it leaves ghosts to walk through all the lands. And where the dark trees lean and sway, her sorrow has not passed away. The old earth keeps, the rivers know the grief of love from long ago. Oh, Deirdre, Deirdre of the sorrows, child of grief and silent tomorrows. You gave your heart and counted cost and sang for all the loves we've lost. So let the harp cry soft and long and carry her through tale and song. For while the moon and memory shine, her sorrow